Hey guys, it's Stacy. Many people often ask me, Stacy, how do you know English so well? And I don't know what to answer because I just do. For those of you who are not familiar with my channel, I am from Russia and English is not my first language. I thought it'd be a good idea to just tell you guys about how I learned English. So, here we go. Okay, here's the very start of it. My mom is an English teacher. So when I was 3 years old, she started teaching me English. For some reason. What this teaching was just kind of familiarizing me with the alphabet, numbers, colors, really simple words and things you can say when you meet people like, hi, how are ya? Or I'm fine, thanks, I'm 3 years old, or something like that. And the thing is, my mom also did classes at home, so students would come to our house and she would teach them. So kind of like tutoring. And I would always hear English around me because of these lessons. Also, because my mom was an English teacher, she had lots of American and British movies at home, like Disney movies. Snow White, or Peter Pan, or what else? Little Mermaid, and Winnie the Pooh. What else did I watch? Lion King. I watched all of those first in English and then in Russian. Many people ask me, Stacy, how did you watch these cartoons? You didn't even speak English then, and how did you understand it all? I don't know. Even though I didn't know lots of those words, I kind of memorized them in a way. I can't really say how, but when I went to school and then learned those words there, I somehow knew them beforehand. If we go over some new vocabulary, and I just go, I know these words, and I don't know where I learned them, but they were just in my head already, like a built-in vocabulary. Surrounding yourself with English would be probably the best idea if you want to learn it and then speak it really well. So that's what I did, or my mom did with me. She also said that I would embarrass her sometimes in public when I randomly started speaking English, like, hey, the car is blue, look, her shorts are red. Hello, how are you today? I'm fine, thank you. How old are you? I am 4. And she would also say that I spoke English better than Russian, which actually made her kind of worried. But anyway, time just kind of kept going. I kept watching those movies. There's also this student book called Bravo, and it's a British one, I think. That's the one I used to learn English with when I was 3. It comes with this like a cartoon movie type of thing with songs and films in it. To learn lots of vocabulary. If you're thinking of your kid learning English, do pick that one, it's really good. And I was actually obsessed with it and I would watch it all the time, and I think that's where I got my first British accent, which I used to have. Now I have the American and I'm stuck with it. But anyway, time went by. It was time for school. In first grade, I started learning English on a school level. Now in Russia, students have to learn English when they're in second grade, but my mom organized this like night class for my entire grade, and we would go there with the Bravo book and with other sources that my mom was able to find. The color's changing of the video. Okay, natural lighting kind of sucks today. I kept learning, and then when it was the end of the first grade and the beginning of summer, I first went to a summer camp, which is called Mini American Summer School. That camp is where I volunteer every summer now. Pretty much what this camp is a bunch of Americans come to our city, they teach English to students, and it's all in a fun, exciting, cool way, and we have lots of games and sports and just fun. And I really loved it. I met my first Americans when I was 7, and I thought, wow, that's a really cool accent. I should try to kind of work on that one. And at that time, I could already speak about my family, about my favorite food, about my favorite colors, lots of things. So that was fun, and I kept coming back for 6 more years until I turned 14, I think. And that's when I first started volunteering there as a teacher assistant, and I still do that now, every summer. That's kind of how I started to get to know the American side of English. And I thought it was awesome. When I was watching those movies and cartoons, I already thought that English is cool because, you know, it's just a different language. I just thought it was awesome to know it and to be able to speak it. But then when I first met an English speaker, I thought, wow, like these people are not even from my country, but they speak the language that we learn in our country, English. And it's like a way to communicate with them. That's why I kind of thought, wow, I should learn more English. So this period from first to, let me think, about 6th grade, I think, is when I just learned English at school. I watched some English cartoons and movies. I wasn't really too excited about it, but I still knew that I had to learn it. And besides, my mom was my English teacher at my school. Pretty much all of my classmates, they couldn't stand that because they thought that my mom just gives me good grades, she helps me with homework. This English class is just really an easy A for me. But the thing is, my mom never really helped me with homework at all. She sometimes gave me extra work, and she never gave me A's that easily. I always would get B's, although I would even do better than some other students, but she just wanted me to try extra hard. I gotta give her credit for that, because without her, I wouldn't know English as well as I do now. So thank you, Mom. So I just kind of kept studying at school, and then I kept going to that summer camp every summer and communicating with Americans, increasing my level of English proficiency. And then I think at some point I really got excited about English. I just thought, wow, this is so awesome, this is so cool. And I started watching tons of American TV shows, and I think I was about 12 or 13 at that time. And what I watched was Hannah Montana, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and The Sweet Life on Deck, and Wizards of Waverly Place. Can't think of any right now. Yeah, I think that's what I watched. I think that's enough. There are like several seasons of each of those shows, but those are Disney shows, and I enjoyed watching those. I don't know how I even found those. I found those on the internet, like YouTube, and I watched lots of interviews. I also started liking music, like American music, like Green Day and Blink-182. Geez, I was like 13 when I started liking Green Day. Wow. And that is how I learned lots of slang, which was probably not a very good idea.
I wanna fuck a dog in the ass. He wants to fuck a dog in the ass. I wanna fuck a dog.
Yep. And then I think between 7th and 8th grade, I went to a big tour around Europe, and I visited France, Germany, Austria, Poland, Czech Republic, and I don't remember what other countries, but I went to a bunch of countries. Not UK though. I spoke English throughout this trip, and people thought I was from America at that time already, because I just had this kind of a weird accent going on after that summer of TV shows, endless TV shows, and I gotta thank my mom again for letting me do this, because I would just watch them nonstop every day. And look at my accent. I think that was the point when I got it, and it just kept developing. I got the accent from the TV shows. As weird as it would sound, lots of people tried it and it doesn't work. I don't know why it works for me. I think it has to do with my musical hearing or something. This is another advice for you guys. If you want to learn English, once again, surround yourself with English. Try to find some English speakers on Skype or on Facebook. Don't be creepy though, because it can be creepy, like, hey, I do want to speak English. But anyway, and watch some TV shows, interviews, I don't know, movies, cartoons, anything that's in English. When I was in 8th grade, I read lots of books in English. I read the Harry Potter series, all of the 7 books in English, and then I read them in Russian. And the same I did with Twilight. Don't judge me for reading Twilight. It's actually a pretty good book, but I don't like the movies, but the books are pretty good. And I would have all of these books right here, because my friends from America sent them to me, and I read them all in English, and that was actually really fun. I couldn't stop reading those. At first it was watching lots of American TV shows and just non-stop, but then it was reading, and that is probably the reason why I wear contacts now. Then I also read The Host, which is also written by Stephanie Meyer. So reading books in English is also good, because if you don't know the word, you can just make a bookmark or write it down on a piece of paper, and then after you read a chapter, you can just go over those words. You don't have to understand the entire thing. If you're just reading and you don't know one word, it doesn't really matter, unless it's the word that has to do with the plot, like if people are talking about it in a book or something. And sometimes you can figure the word out if you read the sentence again, so just find it in the context. Just try it, just don't translate the entire thing. That's the problem a lot of my students have. Try to understand the point the main idea. And the book I'm reading now is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, which I really love. I'm still in the beginning of it. I actually started reading it a while ago, but I kind of stopped because I was busy with my exams. And so that was this time, and then during 8th grade and 9th grade I just kind of kept polishing that. I also spoke to lots of those American friends from this camp. Those people that come here to teach, they're all teachers, obviously. They have their students in America, so I would ask them to give their students my Facebook link so they would add me and we would speak on Facebook. So that's how I met lots of American friends, and I still talk to them. So try to find someone to talk to in English. And then when I was in 9th grade, I took part in this contest called FLEX, and it stands for Future Leaders Exchange. It's sponsored by the Department of State. Pretty much what it is, it's students from Russia and the post-Soviet countries. They go to America to study for a year and then they come back. Although it is called exchange program, Americans don't go to Russia to study. And it's a big contest, it's a big competition, it's pretty tough. I was the only one from my city to pass this test, and there were 500 people that participated in it from my city. And in Russia there were 70,000 people, and only 243 got to go to America. So that's kind of crazy. When I knew that I was going to go, it was just a dream come true, because ever since I met my first American and at the age of 7, I wanted to go there and I wanted to talk to them and just get to know the American lifestyle, American culture and all of that. So I was really excited. And so when I got to America, I was 15, but I turned 16 in September. People did not know I was from Russia. I didn't have any Russian accent, except for some words maybe. People just thought I was from America. I was just like a transfer from Illinois or something. It was kind of a point in my life when I realized, hey Stacy, you actually accomplished something. And it's not just winning this FLEX thing or doing well in school, it's the fact that you've been learning English for so long and have been working hard. I think I've been working hard, I hope so. And you've actually mastered the accent. People don't even know you're from Russia. There were really funny situations like, excuse me, can you please tell me where the personal finance class is? I'm not really sure where to go. I'm new here, I'm from Russia. Wait, I thought you were from Ohio. Well, I am from Siberia. You really sound American. That's crazy. Thank you. So Stacy, you're what, from Michigan or something? Does it snow there a lot? I'm actually from Siberia. No way, man. I really thought you were from America. Yeah, well, didn't you know? This is mind-blowing. I wouldn't ever think you were from Russia. I'm an exchange student here. You're kidding. No, I'm not kidding. You're not Russian. You're American. No. I just don't have an accent. So it was always fun to watch people's reaction when, you know, I would say, hey, I'm actually from Russia. Okay, and I got back from America in summer 2013, and I keep practicing English. Now I also try to master other English accents, such as Australian and British, but it's still a work in progress. G'day, mate. I'm from Perth, Australia, and I don't think people speak like that over there. You want some Barbie? God. British is easier for me than Australian. If you have any tips for me how to do an Australian accent, because I just can't figure it out, please link it in the comments below. What? So I hope you guys liked this video, and please comment below what you thought was a good idea, what you did yourself, and how good you know English. And I would love to hear from all of you. If you have any questions, hit me up. My social media is below. Thank you for watching. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and you guys are all awesome. Learn English, be cool. If you already know English, learn more English and be cooler. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye!